All right, guys. Good afternoon, everybody. Just gonna do a recap today. I had a very interesting day, and I think it deserves to do a recap because I did something like a cowboy trade, and I had a really bad loss, and I did the same mistake, and eventually came out of this mess. But it was really not cool. So CAR, the AVIS budget group, was running up. It's, as you know, probably everyone in the world heard that. It's just in the last couple of weeks really ran up from $60 to over $100, and today it was just exploded from $173, went all the way up to $500, $550. For some reason, I made a mistake and I shorted this stock, and I added to my short. So it did get halted a couple of times. And then after the second halt, I shorted that, got stuck into another halt, like around 280, popped up another halt at 358, and I added to my short. It did drop really bad, kind of came to my break even, was my entry was around 300, but I didn't cover, unfortunately. Came up, did again another halt, the volatility was just amazing, and then break out again, and I got out at around $400. And that was a really bad loss on it, and it was in the chat room, everyone saw that. And that was a really heavy loss. Just, you know, imagine from $300 you get a squeeze on 400. But I got out, you know, I should have got out even here, you know, after this pop up. I should have got it in the first one. I shouldn't have added on that. And then it did go halted again, and the pop I added again. You know, I was so emotional that I started trading it again, and I made a mistake again at 400, went up, popped up again. I added, and another pop added. It was just really getting extended at $550. It was really scary. It was like a grenade, and eventually I got the drop on it. I was expecting this drop, and I eventually got on it, you know, from 520. I mean, my average was eventually turned out to be, my average would turn out to be 412, and you know, I made the loss back, and I actually have 200 shares left here on that. But it just dropped to 420. It did came down to VWAP. I added more actually a couple of times on the way down, and yeah, it just all the way up to cover 360. And I kind of expect that tomorrow it might gap down a little bit more. So I just kept $200. So it turned out to be a really disastrous trade for me, especially the first one. This is just a recipe for blowing up your account. You know, just imagine from 300 it goes up to $600. That's it. You blow up your account. Especially when you're short, your risk is unlimited. When you're buying a stock at $100, the worst thing that can happen is the stock goes to zero. But when you're short, as it goes up, the shortest squeeze, there's no limit on that. You can just essentially blow up account. So I had 3,000 shares on it in the maximum one. And it was a really bad loss, but eventually I came out of it, and now I still have it. My average is at 412. Sorry, and yeah, I'm gonna hold in to that and see what it does tomorrow. And eventually I came out of it green. I did trade Tesla, TNA, and OLB, but it was just so bad that at one point I was like minus $200,000. Eventually I had to go home, and I was sleeping for 5 hours. The shock that it came to me, it was unbelievable. Still just my body still trying to recoup that. But let's see how it does tomorrow. But you know, this is a fairly small size. Let's see what it does tomorrow. But yeah, overall that was not really a very fun trade. So on the other account, I still had some TNA, so I closed some of the TNA position over there, and we'll see how it goes. But overall, that was just one of those days that you know, it was live in front of everyone, and I was just, they're horrible trade. I mean, eventually I came out of it break even, but you do not do these kind of things. That's just the rule of trading, and you know, I kind of made that mistake. So we'll see how it goes, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow morning. And yeah, sorry about today. It was really horrible. But I have some news for you. So the news is, sorry about that, I got COVID. You know, we welcomed Ed Martin into our community. Ed Martin, known as Average Joe Trader, he's a really good trader. I personally learned a lot from him. He's been trading for like more than 10 years. He's a really, really good trader. And his specialty is trading small accounts, but not penny stocks, on a higher price stocks. So Ed is gonna joining us, and he's gonna have his own, again, his bio is here. You can actually see, I mean, since 1999 he's trading, and you know, I personally learned a lot from him when I was learning trading back in 2012-13. So learn from Ed. I mean, we're blessed to have him. He has his own chat room run parallel to our chat room. He starts from the pre-market. So if you go to the chat room, now we have two chat rooms. We have the small account chat room that Ed is running, and we have the main BBT chat room. And you as members, you're welcome to go to either one or two at the same time. That's fine. And try to see how you like which trade. So Ed starts early from his own pre-market and goes through the noon and takes the lunch break. And that room is only Ed, but the main chat room is the same schedule that we have. And yeah, I hope that I see you benefit from Ed, and his email is ed@bearbulltraders.com. Hopefully we all see engagement from the community. Drop him a note, welcome note, and yeah, he's a really great guy. Yeah, other than that, see you all tomorrow morning in the chat, guys.